All right, I'm Bernard Watson, Gwinnett County Public Schools, and we also have Chief Tony Lockhart here with Gwinnett County School Police, and some of our partners, representatives from the Gwinnett County Police Department. They're here to support us as we came here today to share some disappointing news. One of our students was arrested earlier today for bringing a gun to school. From the reports we got, the student was showing some other students the gun on the bus. They did the right thing and reported it to police and our administrators. They then took the student to a secure location, searched the student, and that's when they found the weapon. Chief Lockhart will have a few more details, but I just wanted to start off by saying we were just here in front of you just last week talking about we need the help of parents in these cases, right? We need parents to be aware of what their students are doing. Check their bags before they go to school. We need them to secure their weapons when they're in the house, because these types of things can lead to a very different outcome if it wasn't for the quick and brave actions of the students in that school who actually saw the weapon and reported it right away, and we were able to resolve that situation before it could have gotten a lot worse. The student will be held accountable for their actions, but again, parents have a responsibility as well. These issues are coming from the community into our schools, and while we will address them and continue to address them in our schools, we need parents' help to help us address these things before they come to school so that our students can continue to learn in an environment where teaching and learning takes priority and it's a safe and welcoming environment. So I'll have Chief Lockhart to come and answer some questions about what happened in that particular incident. Chief.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. Yes, so as Mr. Watson indicated, a Duluth Middle School student brought a gun to school today, and the students that reported it need to be commended for doing that. Again, see something, say something, help protect your schools and keep your schools safe. That student that did bring the weapon, he is facing criminal charges in juvenile court. And again, working with our partners with Gwinnett County Police Department, they've helped us immensely over this past week dealing with threats that have come into the school district and out in the community after the tragic event at Appalachia High School.
Could you tell us what kind, well, first of all, what grade level was this kid in? Do you know?
If I'm...
Well, we'd just say he was a middle school student.
Okay. What kind of weapon was it? I mean, I know it was a gun, but what caliber, what sort of gun was it?
It was a semi-automatic 9mm pistol.
Oh my. So I know that when we were here last week, you guys were talking about the security measures you already have in place. Let me just ask you this, just an education point for me. Do you have metal detectors at your middle schools?
So what we are always, the safety and security of our students is our top priority. It has been and will continue to be that. We have a number of security measures in place to help keep our students and staff safe. We are looking at all things right now, and we have been for a while. We're looking at any measures that we can put in our schools that will help keep them safe. At this time, we do not have metal detectors in our schools, but again, it is something that we are looking into and evaluating whether that's something that Gwinnett County Public Schools will do. But it's, again, we're in the evaluation phase.
So this kid was showing the gun to his classmates. Was he making any threats of what he wanted to do with this gun, or was it just like, hey, I've got a gun and it's cool kind of thing?
Yes, thank you. The investigation is still very preliminary right now. We're going to continue digging into the facts as to what exactly did happen. But as of right now, we have the information that he showed it to other students on the bus, and then again, students came forward and reported it to administration.
Was the gun loaded, you know?
The gun did have bullets in it, yes, sir.
And again, I know obviously this is a very tragic, I shouldn't say tragic, it is a very disappointing and concerning thing, right? We understand why parents are concerned and they're on edge, particularly after what happened just a week ago. But we want them to understand that we are doing everything we can to help keep our students safe. And again, this is an example of the culture that we are building in our schools, where if you see something, say something. Right? It is obviously very disappointing that this student made the decision to bring a weapon to school and put other students in danger, although Chief will say, I think you said that we don't know if he did not threaten anybody with a gun. Correct. So again, it's unfortunate. It's concerning that this student made that poor decision, But the good news is the students who saw it immediately reported it, and it allowed us to take action, and no one was hurt. And that's the thing where we want to continue to praise and encourage our students to report these things. And once again, asking for parents' help. Secure those weapons at home. Check their bags before they come to school. We want to continue to make sure our schools are safe learning environments for everyone.
Do you know about how soon after he got off the bus he was, brought in or detained?
I do not have that information right now, sir.
But he was showing the weapon on the bus.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know where he got the gun?
Pardon me, sir?
Do you know where he got the gun?
We're still investigating that and going to run some traces as to where the weapon came from.
What have conversations with that student been like?
I'm sorry?
What have conversations with the student who was detained been like? Have you been able to talk with the student?
I know our officers have interviewed him, and I don't have that information right now, what that information revealed.
Bernard, I know you just said that you guys are doing everything that you can, looking at different things to beefing up security, it sounds like, at the schools. But as you guys were talking, it just occurred to me, this happened on the bus. What's being done on the bus to protect drivers and other students?
Yeah, great question. As to what Bernard alluded to earlier, the important thing are parents. Parents need to be engaged with their children. The number one priority, they're with them in the evening time, in the morning, putting them on the bus. Parents need to know if parents need to check their backpacks and see what's in there and so forth. And again, looking at your child's social media, what they're putting on social media and so forth, but we definitely need the engagement and commitment of parents to helping keep our schools safe.
And I think the last time we were here, we mentioned that we had made 2 arrests of students. We're up to 16 now arrests for students, and this is related to those social media threats that a lot of people are doing there, the copycat threats. And again, as we shared last week, this is taking a lot of time and effort of our officers. Just last night, they made an arrest of a student. They were up in the middle of the night tracking these things down. So we are taking these threats seriously. These officers are working night and day along with our partners in the county, state law enforcement agencies, the FBI, telecommunication companies. We're all working together to track these things down and address them. And unfortunately, it's sort of a double-edged sword, right? On one hand, it's great that we're tracking them down and they're fake, right? They've turned out to not be true. But, we just want to make sure that we continue to do this because we don't want something to happen like what we saw last week. But we are invested in this. We care about the concerns of our families. We hear them, our principals, our SROs at our school, and Chief Lockhart can talk about how we allocate our officers. We have 115 officers for our school district, and he can sort of break down how that works out. But we are invested. We value our students and our parents, and we are doing the things we can do to make sure that they are safe.
Could the student's parents possibly face charges?
It is possible, sir, if that's deemed necessary through the prosecution avenues, be it the district attorney's office or solicitor's office. And to reiterate what Bernard said, our partnerships with our other law enforcement agencies in Gwinnett County is phenomenal. And we have Gwinnett County Police here right now, and I'll let Sergeant Flynn come up and if he wants to make any comments. But last night, what Bernard was talking about, so we got a threat that came in for one of our high schools at 10 o'clock at night. Immediately started investigating it, and we partnered with Gwinnett County Police last night, and were able to identify who posted that threat on social media and charged that individual, and ended up wrapping up the case at 5 in the morning, so we know the following morning, be it this morning, we're ready to accept our students and bring them into a safe and secure environment at 6:30 in the morning. Sergeant Flynn?
Sure. The Gwinnett County Police Department obviously wants everyone to know that we are collaborating with the Gwinnett County School Police on all of these cases. Just like the chief said, if you see something, say something. A lot of our tips that we receive come in and go to our crime analysts. We have crime analysts in our situational crime center that are constantly following up on tips from the community Some that come in from social media, others that come in from word of mouth, and so on and so forth. But we want people to know we can respond to these if you call in and you provide these tips to us. Going forward, we have crime analysts that are constantly working on all of these tips that come in, and so we want the general public to know that if they do see something, to say something and to let us know. But we will continue working with the school police on all incidents that involve Gwinnett County students.
Has there been any other incidents with this kid in the past or anything?
I don't have the information, and, you know, for student privacy, I couldn't share that. Just a couple last things, and we'll take a couple last questions and wrap it up. Again, since the last time we were here just a week ago, our officers have investigated nearly 400 of those social media threat tips that we've been receiving. Again, you know, we have an app, GCPS Tips, that people can use to report concerns, and someone is always monitoring that. And we appreciate all the tips that we are getting from students, families, anybody in the community when we hear them. But the one thing we are also asking and reminding them to do is, if you see or hear about a threat, please don't forward it to your friend or to another family. Report it to police. Let them do their job. When we start forwarding these threats, that spreads. It allows rumors and false information to spread, and that causes the panic level or the concern to really rise in our school and our community. So if you see something, report it to police, use the app, you know, call police, they will investigate it, and we can address it right away rather than having to circle back and try and dispel false rumors that happen. Any other questions?
Do you know how the students reported it? Did they go to the principal? Did they use the anonymous tip line? How did they report seeing this stuff?
Yes, sir. They reported it to school administration.
Was this student released back to his parents?
No, sir. He is being transported to Regional Youth Detention Center.
What charges is he looking at?
Be possession of a weapon on school property.
Life-changing consequences when students do this type of thing, right? And it's unfortunate, but we are taking these seriously. This type of action will not be tolerated, and the students will be held accountable for their actions. And as the chief said, you know, we're seeing now that parents are being held accountable for their actions as well. So again, we're urging them, work with us, continue to work with us, so we can address any threats we see, and we can keep making sure that our students are safe. Thank you all.
Chief Lockhart, we all have to change your protocols, like, starting next week, just given you've had 16 arrests, is that since last Wednesday? Like,
Yeah.
we all have more patrols next week, will you, I mean, there's a culture right now that's pretty alarming.
Yes, sir. And I can reinforce this statement. Our partnerships with Gwinnett County Police, Gwinnett County Sheriff's Department, and the city jurisdictions is phenomenal inside Gwinnett County. Right after right after Appalachia happened, it was probably about 15 minutes after that happened, I got a direct call from one of the majors at Gwinnett County Police saying, Tony, we're going to increase our patrols right now because of what happened at Appalachia. And then right after that was communication with the Sheriff's Department and the city jurisdictions, promising, you know, increased patrols and so forth. And that's exactly what happened right after Uvalde. So again, our partnerships, the commitment from all the law enforcement agencies inside Gwinnett County is to work collaboratively together to protect our children inside Gwinnett County. And even those partnerships extend at the state level towards GBI and GMA, and then even at the federal level, FBI, we've received information and assistance from them.
Thank you all. We appreciate it.
Thank you.